morning vlog. I have to be kind of quiet because Jill worked an overnight, so she's sleeping. But we have officially been in Sacramento for a week now. Well, a week and a half. And first impressions, we are very clearly back in the city. It's definitely not like New England, but I like the big city vibe so far. There's something I really like about feeling like I'm a small piece of a much larger puzzle, which is what I always feel like in a larger city. I also really like feeling like I'm a part of something bigger than myself. It's kind of like that weird duality, but I like being a part of something. I think sometimes living in a larger city can make you feel that way. I do kind of miss Plymouth and like how everything was just really pretty. You don't get that in Sacramento. Well, we live in like the downtown area for this round, and what I like about that is everything is really walkable. I don't drive and haven't driven in many years, confession, probably like 7 years. And so whenever we move, I try to find places that are walkable. So the nice thing about where we live right now is everything is walkable in our area. We will be in Sacramento for the next 3.5 months, so till the beginning of March. So we will probably live in another location after this one. We're just here for the first month. One of our main goals with this round is to kind of really mix in and make some like meaningful connections, get to be involved in the community. It's kind of our goal every time we move to a new location is to like make at least a couple of meaningful connections and get involved in the community. We really want to get the most out of the locations that we're in. The difficult part is that we're leaving in 3 months, and we're always going to be leaving in 3 months. So it's hard to build relationships on that. There's always going to be that eventuality of like, we're gonna be leaving, I'm not staying here. And especially Sacramento, I mean, I don't not like it here, no shade to Sacramento, but I can already tell just from the first week that this isn't gonna be somewhere we would consider to make like a forever home. I don't get the same feeling like I got when I was in Boston or when I went to Nashville. Like there's just a feeling where I'm like, I know those places are probably gonna be where I'll end up. Sacramento isn't one of them. That doesn't mean that we can't get the most out of the location and still try to make friends and meet people. So that is gonna be the challenge of this round. I feel like Plymouth was kind of just getting our feet wet and getting used to the system of things. And this time it's really to immerse ourselves in the culture of the location and meet people. Also, you guys, I can't believe Thanksgiving is literally in a few days. Jill and I are staying in Sacramento for the holidays. It's our off year with our family, so we're gonna be spending Thanksgiving and Christmas here in Sacramento. So we're gonna be doing some fun stuff, which you'll see. And yeah, kind of a chill week. One thing I am excited about is I have a gym that I can go to. I know that sounds so silly, but I'm the type of person that needs fitness and working out as a huge part of my mental health. So that's like a huge priority to me, and having something like a gym that I can go to nearby is a really big deal for me. So anyways, excited to head to the gym in a little bit. Ready for the gym, and I kind of just wanted to expand on some of the things that I was talking about earlier, because this is something I've been thinking about a lot lately. I've had a lot of time to be a little more introspective with my life and like really kind of figure out like, what do I want out of life, and some things that I think about a lot now that I didn't really think about when I was younger and kind of wish I had, but I mean, whatever. is like, what legacy am I going to leave behind? Like, what mark do I want to leave on the world? I think a lot about what makes me worthy, like a worthy individual. And I don't really have answers to those questions yet. It's kind of something that I have been trying to answer over the last year especially. I don't think it's a bad thing to not have those answers. I think that that's kind of the driving force behind what I do next, what Jill and I do next, and kind of why we're on this like journey in the first place. Anyways, just some food for thought. My workout set is by Gymshark. I pretty much wear the same sets over and over. If I like one, I get like 7 pairs of it, so live in Gymshark. Okay, so today we're making taco pasta. We've made this before, but we like it because there's a lot of protein and Jill loves pasta, so guilty. She's a pasta lover.
Who's not?
It's not my first choice of things. I don't crave pasta like one might think, but we do like this one, so that's what we're gonna make today. It's really easy. It is ground beef, pasta shells, some spices, bell peppers. What else?
Rotel.
It's really easy.
That's it.
You just put it in a pot.
Yeah.
Easier? It can't get easier than that.
Yes.
Fuck. Okay. Here we go. Over here we've got the pasta going in here, and we've got the ground beef and the peppers and the spices going over here.
I'm just doing both.
Wait, look at this talent. I have managed to only cut up the peppers. Well, we got Mrs. Two Hands over here. Fucking everything else, okay. And I also filled the pasta. A little full. It's fine. It's fine. I think you can really see that. Hot. Okay. Bottoms up.
Is it hot?
I like this lip. Is this your norm? Or did you go darker?
This is
Is this the norm?
this is the nude that you told me not to wear, and every time I've worn it, you're like, oh, I like that lip.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, it's what?
Huda,
Lip liner? What color? What shade?
Honey Beige, and then Armani, and then lip gloss, Riffy. Riffi.
Happy day before Thanksgiving. Jill, where are we going? She doesn't know. We're going to Frank Fat's. It's like a Chinese restaurant, so we are going for the very like cliche but also traditional holiday vibe where we go get Chinese alone.
In dresses.
Yeah, when we dress up. Hello again, vlog. So Jill and I went to Frank Fat's last night for our Thanksgiving dinner, and the food was so good. We whenever we're like alone on a holiday, we do like that cliche Chinese food, but this was really good. They are a James Beard award-winning restaurant, so the food was awesome. I thought it was funny because Jill and I had a reservation for 4:45 for dinner, and we were literally at home in our PJs by 7. Not sure when we got so old, but that was our night. So anyways, happy Thanksgiving to anyone watching. Earlier in this week's episode, I talked about building community and building relationships and how that's difficult to do when we sort of live our lives the way we do. It's hard to build relationships when you're only in one place for 3 months at a time. So one of the things that we thought that we wanted to do was start a book club. Jill and I grew up reading a ton. We were really shy kids. I think that kind of comes with being a twin. You get a little reliant on each other. Some might call that codependent. But what happens is you have your person always with you, your best friend, and so pushing yourself outside that to go meet people or to, especially when you're a child, is just not something we did a lot. So our parents got us into reading really young, and we have been avid readers and book lovers our whole lives. I would say that my books are my most prized possessions. Before we went on this journey of ours, I was working on my own personal library, and I had, I think, like 450 to almost 500 books. I read online somewhere that you only need 1,000 books to be considered a library. That might be like a personal library, not like an official public library, but so I was working on my personal collection, and it makes me really sad that all of my books are currently in storage. It's just hard to not have them with me all the time. Currently reading on a Kindle, which I don't love, but I can't carry a ton of books with me traveling. That's like insane. Plus the weight of suitcases and just carrying books is not something that we're gonna do. So anyways, back to the book club. We did in fact start a book club on Fable. It is called the Banned Literary Department. Not to say we only read banned books, but that is something that we like to incorporate because there's just something interesting about why people challenge these books. So it's interesting to look at the messages behind these specific books and read into like maybe why people are having issue with them. A lot of times you find that it's just because these books have different political views or religious views than the people who are challenging them. Anyways, so we started the book club on Fable, and our first book that we're reading is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Erin Morgenstern is one of my favorite authors. I've actually read this book a long time ago, but haven't read it in a long time, so I don't really remember what's happening. So if there's anyone who likes to read, is looking for a community, you are welcome to join. Jill and I are active in the app a lot and like to chat with people about what we're reading, about everything. So yes, I will link it below, and if anyone is interested in a book club, you're more than welcome to join. I think it's just a fun way to connect with people online without it being like so social media heavy. So on that note, happy Thanksgiving. In our next episode, we will be moving into our next stay. That will be our 5th place in 5 months, which I think is kind of crazy. So we will see you next time.